Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing NFL division predictions. And I just restarted the recording because I accidentally had the sound on this. I don't know how this is going to go with copyright, but we're going to give it a try. So we're going to start off with the AFC. Today will be all AFC teams. We're going to start off with the AFC North, which is the Browns, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals. And we're going to start today's video with the Cleveland Browns. Alright, the Browns, in my opinion, they're building something scary. Now, they don't have the quarterback for it, but looking at these highlights, they have pieces. Cedric Tillman there, he's a piece, a role player, and if you use him right, he can get a few touchdowns in a season. They also added Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion in the draft, along with still having Jerry Jeudy. Those are four great, solid wide receivers they have going for them, and their defense is just elite. Well, they did lose Devin Bush, or not Devin. Is it Devin Bush? Yeah, Devin Bush. Okay, Devin Bush. He was, in my opinion, one of the best linebackers in football last season. Okay, their defense has Myles Garrett, Carson Schlesinger, and in my opinion, that's enough to justify being a good defense, but their defense outside of that is also just good. Mason Graham, we'll see what he can do second year. They traded away Greg Newsome mid-season, but they do still have Denzel Ward, so their quarterback room is also just solid, But yeah, the Browns, really, they just need a quarterback, but running back, receiver, they have Harold Fannin now. They let David Njoku go, which they could have had a crazy wide receiver, or not receiver, tight end tandem there, but it's fine still. Like, you have Harold Fannin, you don't need them. But yeah, if I had to give my predictions, the Browns are finishing last place in this division, and they're gonna go 7-10. And that's a solid 7-10 with Shadur starting. It's just hard to see if Shadur taking that next step. I mean, he can take that next step, but it's like, will he take that next step? I know Kevin Stefanski did seem to have like some grudge against Shadur, and where he kind of limited him, even held him back a little bit. But if Shadur could take that next step, this could be a 8-9 win team carried by their defense. But I just don't know if I believe in Shadur that much to take them to that next level. They also added Taylor Green in the draft. He could be an interesting starter. He's like Anthony Richardson. If you give him the ball, something interesting is going to happen. So yeah, that's my Browns prediction. They're finishing last place in the division, 7-10. Let's move on. Alright, and our second team for today's video is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. This is kind of scuffed because I'm doing this just highlights on YouTube, but I don't really know how to edit, so we're going to roll with it. So the Cincinnati Bengals, right? They're an interesting team. What don't they have offensively? Tight end, maybe. Wide receivers, they're good. They got one of the best trios in the league. Ja'Marr Chase, T. Higgins. I'm giving 3 to Andre Yoshivas still, but Mitchell Tinsley, he's pretty good. Got great hands. Defense, though. I could see Joe Burrow being the next type of Andrew Luck player, where if this season they just bomb everything, the Bengals lose, they get last place in the division. But Joe Burrow says, I'm calling it, this is it. My body's taking too much abuse. Because he's had 3 season ending injuries already. And this is what, his 5th season in the league? 5th, 6th? He's just been injured too much. At a point, you just have to call it. Like, even if he still enjoys the game, you just have to call it at a point. Like, it's just not good for you, mentally, physically. And I think that's what really got to Andrew Luck, the mental and physical aspects of it all. He just had to step away. Even though he was still executing at a high level, he just couldn't execute like that anymore. But, you know, Bengals, they got Keldrick Falk, which, I mean, a lot of people had him in the first round. I think he has Ruben Bain upside, but, like, he's just a diet Ruben Bain, in my opinion, you know? They're very similar, but I think he's more just, like, can he make it? Not, he has made it. He's shown the flashes to make it, but I don't believe Zach Taylor or the Bengals staff is the coaching staff that will push him to the next level and make him make it. You know, but I guess that's just one thing we'd have to see. Yeah, but just like overall, their defense isn't much better. Like, they really didn't do all too much. I mean, they got pieces, yeah. The secondary is definitely better, but how much better is a question. It's like, sure, you can say throwing rookies out there, we don't know what they're going to do. That's true for everybody, you know. Jamar Chase was rookie. You still predict him to go for 1,000 yards. That's not what I'm worried about. But secondary, right? They got people, but like they just don't have studs, you know? It's like Rams last year. We had the people that could play cornerback. We didn't have the studs that would change the game. We had Forbes. He was like our cornerback 1. He did good against Jackson Smith and Jigba, but you can't line him up against JSN every snap, every game. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Secondary, it's looking functional. Last year was just completely unfunctional. This year it's looking decent, looking doable, you know, but it's definitely gotten better, but it's how much better is the question that I'm trying to ask here. They got Boye Mafe. He's definitely going to be great. Why did I say Keldrick Falk? I mean, Cassius Howell. That just dawned on me. Holy crap. Yeah. My bad, guys. But they did get Takario Davis. I did have a decently high grade on him. Maybe like, I feel like they reached on him a little bit, but at the end of the day, he's going to be alright. Got Dexter Lawrence. I mean, like I was saying, their defense is better. It's just not, I don't think it's enough. And I could be wrong, but this has the makings of a 9-win wildcard team. If they're a 9-win wildcard team and they get knocked off round 1, I would not be surprised. That is my official prediction for the Bengals. I think they barely squeeze into the playoffs and Joe Burrow stays. That is a big question, though. If the Bengals do disappoint this year, is Burrow done? I see if they get less than 5 wins, Joe Burrow's got to call it. It's just not good for him, mentally or physically. Yeah, moving on to the Steelers next. Alright, guys, so I'm doing face cam for this one just because I don't know about copyright or anything like that. And I want to make sure this video is entirely fair use, but yeah, we're going on to the Steelers now. And I'm filming this about an hour after Aaron Rodgers just got signed to like a $22 million deal on 1 year. I just that's to me that move is just so Steelers. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, sure, you got a better quarterback than what you might have had, but like, you're also just ruining your chance to get a future starter. I think Drew Aller, week 1 through 10 maybe. Just see how he looks. You already had a year with Will Howard and you didn't want to start him over Aaron Rodgers, which I get. He did throw like a pass or two in that playoff game against the Texans, which I'm pretty sure at least one was an interception. So that's why I'm saying try out Drew Aller week 1 at least. But I mean, Will Howard and Drew Aller, they're give them their shot. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers gets his team to 9 wins and another first round exit, I'm gonna be so, I don't even know what the word is there. I mean, it's just like, at that point, is it like, should you get rid of your GM? Because I mean, there's a plus side to being consistently average. You're never a bad team, which I guess if you want that like vanity, it's not even really vanity. If you want that title of just being a good team consistently, sure. But the Steelers, right? Their roster isn't built to win a Super Bowl or a playoff game. It's built to get to the playoffs and get out. So, to me, that's like, if you're the owner, right? If I own the Steelers, I'm looking for a 6-win season. But with signing Aaron Rodgers, I just don't think that's possible. They have Michael Pittman, which was a good trade. DK Metcalf, which was a good trade. I think if you let those veterans play, coach up Jeremy Bernard, the third option now, let Drew Aller and Will Howard fight it out for that starting spot this season, you might have something going into the future. But with Rodgers back this season, I'm going to say this is a 10-win team. 10 wins. I mean, they're built well, but like, they're built well, but like, how much are you willing to gamble that Rodgers in his 42-year-old season, or age 42 season, takes you to the Super Bowl when you're in the AFC, especially the AFC North, where offense is such a big factor? You could have spent that money on a defensive player, or if you don't want to do that, you could have spent the 3rd round pick you put towards Will Howard on a defensive player. Because, I mean, you got to stop these dynamic offenses somehow. Every offense in this division has some form of innovation that makes them different. Even the Cleveland Browns, their quarterback situation isn't the best, but they have Judkins, Denzel Boston, Harold Fannin, Casey Concepcion. I don't know if I'll count Cedric Tillman. I want to, but like, he's not a star. He's a good role player. You can throw him in for like 2 or 3 plays a game. It'll add some dynamicism. He'll make the offense more dynamic. That's what I'm trying to say, at least. But yeah, with that, we're gonna move on to the Ravens. Yeah, let's get it. Alright. So, finally, we have the Ravens here. Now, these are the highlights from the Week 18 game versus Steelers. I mean, you see they have Derrick Henry still. He is entering his, age 34 season. So, he'll definitely be slowing down sometime soon. Is this the year, though? That is the question that the Ravens should be trying to figure out. Because I know they lost Keaton Mitchell this offseason. I don't know who the running back depth is. So I'm going to look that up right here. Justice Hill. If you're the Ravens, do you trust Justice Hill to take over for a full season in the event Derrick Henry goes down? I personally wouldn't. They're in free agency. Free agency is basically over. Let's see. There's not much the Ravens can do about the running back position. I mean, you still got Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You could trade for someone, I guess, but you still get these just stud players from free agency, and it's almost like, do they even need it anymore? They have a bunch of wide receivers still in free agency, but they got Jacoby Lane in the draft, and just looking at the time left in this recording, I don't think that I'll have enough time to finish the entire AFC today because I've been yapping too much, but oh well. But yeah, the Ravens running back depth is something that needs to be discovered. Not discovered, needs to be fixed, worked on. Oops. But yeah, their receiving room is looking insane now. Jacoby Lane, and pretty sure they got Elijah Surratt too. Just out, even that, they got Lamar Jackson, Diego Pavia. He's back. He might not even make the roster. I can't even lie. He's like the fourth option now. They have Joe Fiano above him. Advertisements, yep. Making more for fair use, I guess. And, yeah, they got Elijah Surratt. Yeah, I was right about that one. Alright. Yeah, they got Malachi Starks. Look to have a big second season from him. Alright, the video was lagging too much, so I just switched over to face cam. But look to have a huge second season from Malachi Starks. Marlon Humphrey, he looked down last year. And don't know if that was because of an injury or not, but look to have him back up full strength. Jadobi Awuzie, he's a good third. I mean, what else can you say about him really that hasn't already been said? He's not gonna be your locked in number one shutdown corner, but he'll be good for you. Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, his defense is stacked. It's just, can they produce together? They now have Trey Hendrickson, which they should have gone through that Max Crosby trade still. And I didn't even know this, but Calais Campbell was on the Raiders. Wow. At least according to ESPN, he is. Okay, that's nice. Nice for him. But yeah, Ravens have great defense, alright? Defense is amazing. Offense, they have the players, they're just not producing. You can blame injuries last season, sure. But every team has to deal with injuries. And you did address that this offseason, trying to get some quarterback help. Joe Fiano and Diego Pavia. Even though Pavia, I don't think he's a Ravens player, if that makes sense. Yeah. People just give off a certain vibe. I don't know if I see him as a Ravens player. I'm trying to think of a team that I could see him fitting with. And it's just maybe the Chargers, but the Jets. That's the only place he get some maybe a chance at starting. Offensive line definitely good. Tight end, they got Mark Andrews, Durham Smythe. Tight ends are solid. I mean, it's just a solid team. You know, this might be my longest division video, but I'm gonna go over it one last time before I close out. First place, we have the Ravens, and I'm revealing their predictions right here. All right, my Ravens prediction: 11-6. Yep, they have the pieces. It's just one reason or another they struggle to put it together. Having a defensive-minded head coach, I don't know how much it's going to help them put that offense together. Their defense was already good, but it's going to look better now. Putting that offense together is really what's going to increase or decrease the win column. All right, Harbaugh, he's good, right? He's going to do great things for the Giants, I'm sure, but he doesn't specialize in offense or defense. He's a culture guy. He can build a roster, but he doesn't specialize in calling offense or defensive plays. So he's just kind of there to be like the hype man of the team, basically. Head coach, hype man. He can coach a good game, but at the end of the day, he's just like the jack of all trades, you know? Second place, we got the Steelers. Rodgers. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. If he didn't return, I might put him in third place here behind the Bengals. But with Rodgers, you just can't have them that low. Their ceiling is pretty high with Rodgers. And by high, I mean first round exit in the playoffs. 9-8, 10-7, whatever you want to call it. They could go 11-6 also, but I think the Ravens win that tiebreaker if they do go 11-6 also. But I predict the Steelers to go around 10-7 this year. They have the targets, but Rodgers is 42. His arm strength has to be decreasing. I don't think he's going to be pushing balls downfield like Tom Brady anymore anytime soon. Brady played until he was like 45. I don't see Rodgers having that same type of production. Alright, third place we have the Bengals. I'm going to call this 9-8. 7 seed. I'll call the Steelers the 6 seed, and the Bengals the 7 seed. Bengals, they can make the playoffs. I don't think they can win the division or come second in the division, but they have the pieces to make it to the playoffs. Can that defense come together? That is the question. Cassius Howell, great. Boye Mafe, good. Secondary, it's mid. That's really all it is. Secondary, it's holding them back a whole lot. Their pass rush is good. It's kind of... They have the pieces to have a good pass rush. But you have Dexter Lawrence up the middle, and Boye Mafe, and Cassius Howell on the edge. Boye Mafe, he's gonna be alright. Maybe like 5 sacks in the season. Cassius Howell, he's a rookie. He's probably gonna produce like a rookie would. Maybe like 3 sacks. And then Dexter Lawrence, he's the key piece here. If he can get 10, 11, maybe even 12 sacks up the middle, that'll be a difference maker for the Bengals. The secondary, if they can just hold up. They don't need to be Superman. Y'all aren't competing for a Super Bowl this year. Just hold up. Prove that you can be something. and you can make the playoffs with this team. And now going down to the Browns, last place, we're going to say, well, I know what I said earlier, but we're going to say this, the ceiling of this team, it's hard to place one. If I had to say a ceiling pick, I'd go 8 and 9. I just don't see them squeaking out a win against any team in their division this year. Maybe they could beat the Bengals once, but they're going to split that series 1-1 and it's to come down to like a 13-10 game, which the Browns are known for. They can squeak out a win again when they really shouldn't be able to. Can Todd Monken get Shedeur Sanders to produce? I'm not sure. This could be their tank season. Tank for Arch. Tank for anyone, really. Well, Norris Sellers, for all I care. Just show that you can do something offensively. Alright, you got Denzel Boston, Casey Conception, Harold Fandon, Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson. Show that you can do something with those pieces, Todd Monken. Then next year, you can go out first round. Alright, because y'all are not going to be picking in the 20s. You don't want to be picking in the 20s. You want to be picking pick 5 or below. And y'all can do that with this team. I mean, y'all can show up, but at the end of the day, if you have a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, it depends how much you can coach him up. If you can coach him not to be a distraction, not to do all that just horseplay that he does. You want to have fun out there, sure, but you got to be able to compete, you know? And Shedeur can compete. We've seen it, but sometimes that just horseplay, the luxuries of life, it clouds his vision. And I think we saw that a lot in his rookie season. Just the haziness of being in the NFL really clouded what he can do. So if he can clear up his game, his play, really lock in on that film study, lock in on learning the playbook, because you have new OC, build your chemistry with your teammates, Denzel Boston, you know, he's gonna be a solid receiver. Like, I kind of think he's like Puka Nacua. You know, I'm a Rams fan. He's not going to be as good as Puka Nacua, but, you know, if you want to hit him deep, you can hit him deep. Hit him short, intermediate. He can do that. He's a clean route runner with good hands. Throw it up. Don't just throw it up, okay? Because Shedeur, that's most likely going to be an interception. All right, throw it. Hit him in the hands, and he's coming down with it. All right, you can throw it to him in double coverage. He might drop some of those, but he's going to be higher than average contested catch, I'm assuming. Okay? He's good. His routes are clean, and I think NFL coaches can clean that up even more to where he can fake out defenders and accelerate to that next level. So, he's going to be a good intermediate target for Shedeur. Casey Conception can be a good deep target, and Cedric Tillman can be a good short target. Like I've been saying all video, the Browns have the pieces, but can they put it together around Shedeur Sanders? 7-10. Nobody in this division is going to be bottom of the barrel unless the Browns decide they want to tank for a top quarterback next year. But no one's going to be at the very bottom of the AFC this year. I don't think so. Myles Garrett is due for some regression, sure, but he's Myles Garrett. He's probably going to get 10, 15 sacks. But, yeah. That's it for this video. I only got through one division. I might do these one by one for each division in football, just if I have this much to say about them. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoy. Next video will be out soon. Peace out, y'all.